Hello my gems, I'm back again. I'm doing another video here. We're going to do a wear test video on this Profusion's shimmer palette. Yay! So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to test the wear out on this. And I'm going to go ahead and do the guide from the back of this palette, the guide here. So that way it'll be a little faster, and then we get to start the wear test sooner. But right now I'm doing a line of Profusion videos. These are some makeup palettes that I have not worked with, that I've had with me, but I hadn't had the chance to even work with them last year. So this year I think I want to go ahead and start working on them and introduce new palettes this year. So yeah, I hope this year's gonna be quite interesting. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe so you can see all the other wonderful content that I'll have on 2020 from the eyeshadow palettes that I'm gonna be working with this year than what I did last year. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, like my video, and then yeah, so let's get started with this video, which my camera is running low on battery. I'm trying to get up close because I am noticing that I have puffiness going on around my eyes here. I don't know what that's from, but hopefully it's not from all these tutorials I've been doing. So I probably will have to get that checked out. But anyways, that's something that's for another day. So we're gonna go ahead and do this look with we're going to go ahead and swatch these first, because that's what I do in all my wear test videos. If I have not swatched them first in another video, I always swatch them. So we're going to go ahead and swatch these. This is a 10 shaded palette, and they're all shimmers. The palette says 10 shimmers. So we're going to go ahead and start from left to right, from here. From left to right, top to bottom. Okay, so this shade here is called Celebrate, and I'll put that up here. Celebrate. Okay, the next shade here is Destiny. They're not too far off from shade. They kind of look similar. The next one is Zenith. I already had this one in the Rolls palette. If you have not seen my Profusion's wear test for the Royals palette, I will go ahead and add that card up at the top, and it also had that shade Zenith in there. The next shade is called Dynamite. Put that here next to the Zenith. The next shimmer shade here is called Throne. Put this here. Okay, now from the bottom, this is shade Illusion. I'll put it down here. Put it down here. The shade Illusion. The next shade is called Majesty. Shade here. Put right next to Illusion. The next shade here is called Atlantis. It's nice. I like this aquamarine shade. It's like an aquamarine shade. This one seems to be, this is not a shimmer, this is a matte. So I'm not sure what the purpose of that matte in there, but I'm pretty sure it serves its purpose. It's a matte. It's called Nimbus. The next shade is called Nebula. It's right here, Nebula. So these are all 10 shades in this palette here. Excuse the little cut here. There's a stray cat lurking around my house. A kitten tried to grab it and scratch me. But let me get it closer so you are able to see those shades. Okay, it's like my camera is not focusing as well. Sometimes it's not gonna focus as well throughout the video because it is on its last sale. So I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as possible so we can start this wear test as soon as possible. So we're going to try the guide in the back. It said sweep the shade Nimbus into the crease and blend outward. So the shade Nimbus, I'm going to go ahead and use my Cosmopolitan eyeshadow. Well, it's not an eyeshadow brush, but like a blending brush. It's fluffy and it's kind of squared at the end. We use the shade Nimbus, which is this one here. And it says sweep it into crease and blend outwards. So sweep it into the crease and blend outwards, which I will do. Already primed my eyes before coming on camera. So hopefully I'll have enough juice in this camera to do this look and wear test. We're going to do a second coat. Just want to build up this color in the crease. And if you have not entered my giveaway, I will go ahead and add a card up there so you can watch the video for my giveaway. It ends on the 28th. So if you're watching this video past the 28th, so that means the giveaway date has expired already. But it's okay to watch it, because I'm still going to upload a video with the winner. Letting y'all know that there was a winner. Now it says press dynamite onto lid. Go ahead and use my eyeshadow brush from Ellen Tracy because it's padded. It's a like a flat paddle brush. It says press dynamite onto lid. So dynamite is this shade up here, right above Nimbus. This is Nimbus right here. So dynamite here. Let me tap some of that excess off. And it says to pat it or press onto lid. So I'm going to go ahead and press onto lid. The shade Dynamite. And I might have to build it up because it is not pigmented. It's not very pigmented. The shade Nimbus had a really good pigment to it, so go ahead and ooh, hope you didn't hear my stomach. I was drinking soda, and so I am having a little experiencing gases in my tummy, only in my tummy. I have not you know, not passing gas. I'm not passing gas or anything, so it's just gases in my tummy. Oh, it's telling me I have low battery. I hope it doesn't die out on me. So I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as possible. This apply nebula onto the outer lid and crease and smudge into lash line. So I'm gonna use my smudge brush here and use nebula. Where are you, Nebula? Oh, the purple shade. Use the purple shade. The crease and outer lid and crease. Okay, so I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible before my camera shuts off. Please give me some time, camera. Please give me at least 10 minutes. If that, I hope it gives me 10 minutes. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just following the instructions. And if I have to reapply, I'll reapply. Gosh, it feels like I'm doing like a challenge, trying to apply this really quickly. Now it says highlight inner corner of eye with Zenith. Okay, no time for another brush. I'm going to use my smudge brush, Zenith. It's that yellow color. Inner corner of the lash line. Inner corner, Zenith. Okay, now it says here, accent the brow bone with Celebrate, same brush. Celebrate is, Zenith is that yellow shade. Celebrate is this shade up here, this almost pinkish shade. Put it on my eyebrow bone. Hope I can see that. Oh, I'm trying to hurry up because it's, I feel like I'm doing a challenge here. But I'm glad I'm following instructions, because if I didn't have a guide, probably wouldn't be able to finish this in time before my camera cuts off. Okay, so what else does it say? That's all. So this is the look we have. So we'll come back in 8 hours and see if it held up. Let me just do the little turn here so y'all can see the eye look with the shimmer palette from Profusions, and see. I don't think I got a lot of pigment out of this for first impressions, just to be honest with you. I don't see a lot of pigment on there. But we'll see how it turns out the rest of the day. I'll come back in 8 hours. It is 3:08. And I'll be back at 11:08. All right. Thank you, my gems, and I'll see you in 8 hours. Stay tuned. Don't change that channel. Well, hello, everybody. This is the fifth hour wearing the Shimmers by Profusion Cosmetics, the Shimmers palette here, the 10 palette. So I am right. I did say the palette does say 10 shimmers. It says 10 shade shimmer eyeshadow palette. And when I swatched this, we realized that this is not a shimmer. Realized that this was a matte shade. So you can see closely that the shade Nimbus is a matte shade. It's not really a shimmer. You can see. Yeah, not a shimmer. Not a shimmer at all. I think, see, it's like a matte shade. Well, kind of goes on like a jewel chrome colored. Not really. It actually went on like a, I don't think it came on as a shimmer. Here it is again, swatched. It looks more like a jewel toned matte. It kind of looks, when you put it on, does kind of like it shimmers, but it's more like a jewel chrome, not jewel chrome, more like a jewel toned, you know, where it almost shifts to where it kind of looks glowy. So but the rest actually do look like shimmers, you know, when we swatch them. So I normally don't do this at the fourth. Oh, well, I did before, but then I had to stop doing it for the fact that it was, you know, throughout the day I really don't have the time to check in at the 4th hour mark. But today I had nothing to do, so I was like, okay, well, let me get with my Glitzy gem fans and just come back. And it's actually 8:11, so it's actually the 5 hour mark, and I'm seeing the same kind of results as I got when I first put it on. Just like it's more like it's settled more into my eyelids. Like I said, not too much pigment that I got with this eyeshadow palette when I applied it. So it's holding up. It held up for 5 hours. So I'll come back at 11:08 on the 8th hour and see where we're at, which, you know, testing out the Profusion line of palettes. I'm gonna go back and see if there were any other palettes that I tested last year that I did like a wear test or not. I think I just did like a first impressions type of thing, but I'm noticing that they are long lasting when you wear a primer. If you don't wear a primer, they won't last on your lid that long. It'll just fade away. But if you wear a primer, it'll last you. It'll stay on your lids for quite a long time. So they are long wearing with a primer. That's what I'm coming with. You know, that's coming up with conclusions of all the wear tests that I've been doing on the Profusions line of eyeshadows, which is a good thing because Profusions is a very inexpensive brand, and not a lot of people, you know, not a lot of people would like sway towards Profusion cosmetics. A lot of people like to turn away from Profusions, but Profusions is not too bad, actually. I mean, they have some pretty good palettes. I mean, the color stays on your eyes for a long time. Just the fact that maybe there might be some, maybe just the line itself when it comes out, it's just not your cup of tea. That's what I'm noticing, that some of these Profusion lines, it's not really everybody's cup of tea, because they come out Yeah, Profusions, sorry, my camera cut off there. Yeah, Profusions has a long line of cosmetics. Um, like I said, the aesthetics of it is just not, it hasn't evolved to, let's just say, let's compare it to ColourPop, because ColourPop is not, it's a name brand, you know, it's very popular name brand company, and but their prices are not that expensive. You know, you're able to afford, I think, what their lipsticks run like, what, $7, $8, or $12 lipsticks, liquid lipsticks. Sometimes they sell them in bundles. I mean, they have you know, even some of their eye shock shadows, you know, they're from anywhere from $4 to $6. Sometimes they go on sale and they're like $2, and you know, so you know, so I'm looking at like Profusions. It's more along the lines of, you see, like, here's Profusions, and here's like beauty treats and Beauty Bar FX, which are other name brand cosmetic companies. They're not well known, you know, well known as far as like in the beauty community. Not a lot of people talk about it on YouTube. I mean, unless you actually look it up. You look up beauty treat eyeshadows and swatches and tutorials. I know I've done quite a few, but that's because I buy a lot of my makeups like at department stores, and they're very inexpensive. So I do want to say that Profusions are at their price point where they're at, because you know, with the quality of makeup that the Profusion line comes out with, is at its price point where it should be. It's a reasonable price point. Like this shimmer palette, I got it for $3.99 at the department store. And I don't like to say drugstore brand, but I think everybody like constitutes anything that's not name brand drugstore. And to me, I always constitute drugstore brands as brands that you'll get at like at Walmart, CVS Pharmacy, or Walgreens. And what makeup brands do you see there? You see Maybelline, you see L'Oreal, you see Revlon, Milani, you see Black Radiance, you see CoverGirl, Wet n Wild, you see, what else do you see? You see Elf is another one, another drugstore brand, which are heading in a different direction. Like, they're not in the realm of all these other high-end brand makeup. So they're in a different realm of their own, which is, I think it's a more, I think Maybelline, Revlon, L'Oreal, you know, are all like kind of like in this similar direction as sophisticated makeup goes. And then there's Milani, and then there's Black Radiance, Wet n Wild. I think Wet n Wild comes before Black Radiance, because Black Radiance really hasn't evolved as much either. I think Wet n Wild has come out with a lot of new products out there. There's also CoverGirl. I think CoverGirl also has come out with a lot of cosmetic line makeup products that they've come out with. Now they're coming out with bases, primers, and they're very expensive. They're like $10 range. You know, for a CoverGirl, I remember when CoverGirl was like the cheapest brand of makeup that you can buy at the grocery store. I mean, Wet n Wild and CoverGirl were the two go-to makeup brands that I would go before I would ever buy Maybelline or L'Oreal. But you know, like I said, I grew up with wearing Maybelline and Revlon, L'Oreal. But when I didn't have the money when I was younger, I would wear the I would wear the Wet n Wild and the CoverGirl, and then I think Elf came out later on, and I think that's a little bit below Maybelline, and like the price mark ranges below the Maybelline line, and then Milani is below the Maybelline range line. But what I'm trying to say is that they're like in a whole different group of cosmetic lines, you know, that you'd see in the drugstore, that I would consider drugstore brand makeup. Now the other kind of cosmetic makeup that I would there's another side, which is the ones that you find in the department stores, which, you know, you would never typically see like at a regular store, drugstore, like the Beauty Treats, Bar FX, Profusions. You can, I think Target sells Profusions cosmetics. They have, what other name brands? You know, what other brands that I've seen at the department store, like department store makeup. Some of them they're City Color. They come out with their own name brands, so they're different. It's a different realm of cosmetic lines. So I would consider Profusions being at the top of the that realm. You know, I do see Profusions heading in the direction of like maybe NYX, and what other brand are out there? NYX and what is that other one? NYX and BH Cosmetics. That's what I was trying to think of. I was trying to think of BH Cosmetics. So I do see myself seeing Profusions heading in that direction. So that's why I say that the aesthetics of it is not as evolved as all these other ones have been. But I mean, the price ranges are like I said, they're reasonable. They're at the price point that, you know, that you would consider reasonable. And I haven't seen a Profusions primer. I know I've seen their eyeshadow primers, but I've never seen, like, I don't think they've ever made any foundations. I think they mostly concentrate themselves on eyeshadows and eyeshadow primers and eyebrow makeup, but I've never seen like a foundation that's come out by Profusions. So like I said, I think it's still evolving, but you know, I just want to get that out there, that you can't compare this to like Morphe. You can't compare it to ColourPop. I think this is like, I think if I would say it's like next to Revolution, because I think Revolution is also another brand, a cosmetic line that is close to getting, like close to BH Cosmetics, like the BH Cosmetics line. And then there's ColourPop. I think ColourPop and then BH Cosmetics, you know, are kind of like together. And like all these Urban Decay, Too Faced, all those are more higher end brands, you know. So I think it starts with ColourPop, and then from there you go to BH Cosmetics, you go to like NYX, and well, NYX is closer towards the like the closer to, I want to say Wet and Wild type thing, but in LA Colors. So I would say the next thing would be like Profusions, or the, what is that other one? I mentioned it already earlier. And I just forget my train of thought. But do y'all see what I'm trying to say? Is, you know, like there's different sections, different parts of how far cosmetic lines go, and how far some have evolved. Some have their own line, own separate signature line. Like I said, all the ones you see at the drugstores, like I consider drugstores like Walgreens, CVS, and Walmart, they all have their own line. Hard Candy, I would consider like also in the realm of e.l.f. But I think Profusions is trying to get up there as well. I haven't seen, and like I said, I haven't seen any face primers or any face foundation from Profusions. I think they'll only concentrate themselves for the eyes, and like I said, some lipsticks. Yeah, they've come out with some lipsticks as well, with liquid lipsticks, lip glosses, lip liners. They've come out with I think they come out with more, a lot of like kits. They come in kits, you know, where they already have like a eyeshadow brush, or they have an eyeliner to go with it. They have mascara to go with it. So it's like at the bottom, like close to the bottom of the list, but not towards the end where you see like all these other department store brands, like Rainbow department store brands, Melrose department store brands, TH Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, DD's, discounts. I mean, they're all different brands of makeup that are very inexpensive, but they're very good too as well. So I guess that's what I'm just trying to say, you know, that, you know, Profusions is not, you know, as evolved as some of the other ones that have come out, you know, that are inexpensive, in the inexpensive price range of makeup. And that's just, you know, a thought of mine that I wanted to share with you guys. And you know, until the 8-hour mark, since I didn't really have anything to do, it's kind of, you know, I'm kind of bored just waiting around for the 8-hour mark. I've been doing a lot of chores around the house. And I didn't get to watch any TV shows that I like to watch. I still haven't even made any of my, I still haven't gotten my lunch ready for work tomorrow, and I have to work. I have 2 jobs. If you are new to my channel and y'all don't know this of me, you know, I had 2 jobs. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, like my video, you know, support me, support my YouTube channel, be part of my community, be part of my family, my YouTube community family, and you know, just to kind of give me some support, you know, on that. And I'm, you know, trying to make it up. You know, I'm trying to make it. I don't have that many subscribers. You know, I'm trying to build my subscriber base. So yeah, that's pretty much it, what I have to say right now, since I'm killing time here. But I just wanted to give you like a little in-depth history of these makeup lines that, you know, have evolved, and some of them have their own separate line of beauty that are not that you can't compare to name brand cosmetics because of the aesthetics, you know. For instance, I want to give you an example, like Morphe, ColourPop, what is that other one, Too Faced, Juvia's Place. I mean, I can go on and go on and on and on, but they're like more up there in the aesthetics as in the artistry form of makeup, but and separating them from not only the lower end of the cosmetic realm, which is like Profusion and all the other department store brands that I mentioned already, that you would get like at Ross, DD's, and Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and all these other stores. I guess TJ Maxx and Marshalls, I can't compare them because they do have makeup brands that are high end. So I can't do that, because I know that some of them do carry high end brand makeup. I guess it depends on which area you go and shop, because in my area there's no TJ Maxx and there is no Marshalls. There's only a Ross, a DD's Discount, Melrose Place, and a Rainbow. So I am like at the lower end of the spectrum where it comes to as the makeup cosmetic line. And so I can really truly tell you, you know, that I'm, you know, that's the type of makeup that I have picked up, and I've been, you know, testing out and wearing. But yeah, so, and then you have your drugstore brand, which I consider drugstore, which is the ones from like the actual drugstores, you know, like farm, you know, drugstores like Walgreens, CVS, and Walmart. You know, they have their own line, like they're their own signature brand of makeup, and they're like, and they kind of evolve with each other, you know, through time. You know, they kind of evolve with each other. You know, they have a lower end and they have a higher end of drugstore brand makeup, but you can't compare them to the artistry palettes of like these other higher end brands that sell their makeup. So you can't compare them to that. So that's just my thoughts on the cosmetic industry 101. Then it kind of gave you like a little history lesson, or not a history lesson, kind of like a little lesson on makeup. But yeah, so I'll see you soon. It won't be but a second for you. So yeah, thank you, and stay watching, and don't change that channel, and you'll see me here in a second. Well, all right, my gems, it is already 11:13, so it's past the 8-hour mark, and I'm back. Did y'all miss me? Did y'all miss me? Okay, so I'm gonna get up close. Now we're gonna go ahead and see. I'm gonna close my eyes. First, you can see the inner corner of that Zenith shade I popped in real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the spin, the turn, the head turn. Okay, so as you can see now that the color has settled into my eyelids, you can see a lot of the shimmer action in this palette. You can see all these little defects on my face. It's like I have oily, like all my pores are open. But anyways, so as you can see that the makeup did hold on, the eyeshadow did hold on. Might have looked a little bit different when applied fresh, and I guess now after 8 hours it's kind of like, just kind of looks like it's just settled into its place. It may be just a little faded, but I think the reason for that is because these are shimmers, and I looked at the guy gave me the back was more of like lighter shades. There was like very pigmented eyeshadow shades that it gave me to work with. But I know if I create another look, it'll look a lot more pigmented than this. And I didn't have time to build up the color like I should have, but my battery was already dying. It was on the last sale, so I felt like I was on a challenge, you know, glitzzygem eyeshadow challenge. How fast can she put on her eyeshadow? So that's how I felt like I was on. I felt like I was on a challenge, trying to hurry up and put that eyeshadow on. So yeah, so maybe that might have affected a little bit of the wear on it, but it shouldn't affect it that much, because I did wear primer, eyeshadow primer, which should make the eyeshadow stick, which it did. It held on pretty good. So yeah, so my review for this eye look that the guide has is not, I didn't do a good job at it. So I don't know if I should give it a bad review or not on the guide in the back of the palette on this look, especially when you're in a hurry. So I guess I don't know if I should judge it on that or not, but I just didn't like the way it came out. It's not me. I like more vibrant. I want some pop. I want it to pop out. I didn't get a chance to put on an eyeliner or put on any mascara at the time, which is, I said, okay, I'm gonna leave it the way I left it, because you know, I wanted to look at its original form, You know, I didn't want to, like, off the camera start putting on makeup, you know, putting on eyeliner and mascara, and I don't want it to defeat the whole purpose of, you know, of this wear test, you know, in, you know, because I added eyeliner, or it makes, I don't know. I just wanted it to be in its true form as I left it off on camera. That's how I came back on camera. So there you have the look on the wear test of the Profusion's Shimmers eyeshadow palette. So stay tuned for a second look and a third look on this eyeshadow palette. Alright, and for those who are new, again, please subscribe to my channel, like my video, and become part of my YouTube community. And yeah, and if you're not aware of my giveaway, I think I mentioned it earlier, and I think I added a card. Watch that video. You know, you have until the 28th of January. I think that's probably past the line. Yeah, I have. I probably won't be able to upload this video. Today's the 27th. Tomorrow's the 28th. So yeah, the last day is on the 28th, not the 29th. I said 29th, but it's on the 28th. It's the last day of my giveaway. And so I don't know when I'm going to upload this video, but it'll be past that mark. But if you, I mean, still feel free to watch the video if you like. And that way you'll, you know, and then also hit the notification bell, because then you'll be notified of another giveaway, another video that I upload with a giveaway that I'll be doing, you know, shortly, but not soon, just shortly. Maybe in another 6 months or so before the end of the year, I'll probably do another giveaway. I don't know. It all depends on my views. It all depends on the subscriptions, subscribers subscribing to my channel, and yeah, and just seeing where it goes. So thank you for watching. I love you, my gems, and just continue being part of my community. I appreciate that, and we'll talk soon. We'll talk very soon, and I'll be seeing you here in my next video on doing a second look on this eyeshadow palette. All right, bye. Have a good night.